What's up, everybody? I'm Vivian, and today I want to talk about how can you find your partner, your significant other. And these are questions that everyone always asks me when I read the tarot for them. When is that someone coming, and who are they, and what are their characteristics? And I pull out cards, and it sometimes says someone is coming, but sometimes it's temporary. Sometimes it's not. The cards tell them they have to deal with some of their own personal problems, and sometimes people don't like that. People always ask, how can I get a boyfriend or girlfriend? How is that possible? Or people say there's not enough good people in the world for me. I think they're all taken. They're not taken. There's so many people in the world. Instead of asking how or when someone's gonna come, you should ask, why do I want a partner? Do I want someone because I feel lonely? Do I want someone because I want to know what love is? Do I want someone because someone else has a boyfriend and I want one so I won't feel lonely? So, for me, that's what I felt. In high school, I always saw people with their boyfriend or girlfriend, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want one. And because I was always the third wheel when I would hang out with my friends, and it felt kind of weird, or when we'd go to big places, everyone was in pairs of twos. When we go to amusement parks, they get on the rides with twos. And sometimes I'd be like, man, that's lame. Everyone would be so into their own partner, and it was kind of weird. And then cousins were starting to get their girlfriends too or boyfriends, and I wouldn't see them that often, and the parties would kind of be boring. So that's when I started to think, man, how can I get a boyfriend? But eventually I did, but it was for the wrong reasons. It wasn't because I wanted to, I guess it was to experience how it felt like, but I just wanted one so I wouldn't feel left out. So in that relationship, we didn't really have that many things in common. We didn't, we talked some, but I think it was when people started texting more, so he would text me and stuff, and but when we would hang out we wouldn't even talk as much, which was kind of weird for me. So then that one didn't work out. So then I moved on, and the other wrong reason you also want a partner is because you get into a breakup, and you don't want to feel those emotions of what happened, or you want to feel strong, or you want to get out there. And that's exactly what I did. I just didn't want to deal with that stuff. So then I went back out there again for the wrong reasons. Did this one work out? Did that one work out? For a little bit, but no, it didn't work out. And that's when I thought, okay, this is crazy. I had enough of this. And I also thought, that's it. I don't want to get into a relationship. I just want to, have fun and not be committed. But it was so hard. I was like, never mind, I don't want to do this. I don't want to just go from one person to the next, which there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not who I am. And I always thought people that did that, I always was like, man, I wish I was like them. They just go from one person to the next, like nothing happened, but I'm pretty sure they're either avoiding something or they're just having a good time, which is fine. So I took some time off, and I decided, you know what, I just want to have fun with my friends, and just not worry about this whole situation. So I let it go, not expecting to find anybody anytime soon. And then I found someone. And this time it wasn't for the wrong reasons. It just happened organically, out of nowhere, and I did it right this time. I was friends with this person for a while, and then we went out, and it was fun. I figured out that we have a lot of things in common, and we talk all the time. We talk whenever. It's not hard to talk. I feel like I could be myself, and I feel like I could tell him anything. So when you really want to find a partner, always remember to look at your worth. How much are you worth? Do you care how they treat you, or you don't care? That's the question. Sometimes people use the word I love you to keep you in the relationship, but they still continue to do the same thing. They still continue to put you down or just tell you things that you're not worthy and you're not beautiful, which is not true. That's why you have to know when it's time to say that you are worth a lot. Honestly, no matter who you are and what relationship or situation you're in, and you feel that this is a relationship for you and you deserve to be treated a certain way, you always deserve to be treated great. And the only reason you're treated how you're treated is because you let it happen. And it's no one's fault. Honestly, it's nobody's fault but yours. And I'm sorry to say this, but I need to be blunt. No one's gonna change for you. That's why you always have to keep changing, keep evolving, and never stay the same way. Because if you stay the same way, you're always gonna have the same thoughts about yourself, have the same thoughts about others. Also, when you're looking for somebody, don't compare them to your previous partners. They are not the same unless you keep thinking the same thoughts, unless you want someone to be like that person. If you keep on thinking about the person that you had the relationship with, and you keep thinking how everything went down, and you come and think about it that way with this other person, it's going to be exactly the same. Also, focus on your intentions. What are your intentions when you get into the relationship? What do you intend? Love is the first one, I bet. Love is what everyone intends. But what is the second one and the third? What is it after you get comfortable with one another? What are you going to do afterwards? Are you going to just be comfortable and not do anything and try to change? Or are you going to just grow with that person and tell them what you want and tell them what you like, tell them what you don't like? And what are their intentions for you? Do they want something from you? Do they just want your love and they don't give you love? Because there's two types of people, and sometimes there's two loving people that are together. But what kind of person are you? Are you the person that gives love, or are you the person that just receives love? Because wouldn't that be exhausting if you just gave your love, gave, and no one gave you it back, and the other person felt good all the time, and you were drained, and you were like, I don't get anything in return, but you feel satisfied that you gave them love, but no one gave you anything? I bet eventually you'll get tired of it all. And if you're in high school or in junior high and watching this, you don't have to rush into a relationship that fast. I mean, you're so young. You don't know what people's intentions are at that time. I mean, people are going through so many changes. People are going through puberty. People want to explore more of their sexual side. I remember in junior high and high school, guys the only thing they would talk about girls all the time that I would hear them, they would always just say like, oh man, I'm gonna have sex, or I'm gonna lose my virginity in 8th grade graduation, all that stuff. And people, I think in general, just want to have fun at that stage of their lives, and which there is nothing wrong. But if you're a person that only likes to be isn't one guy type of girl or a one girl type of guy, or either or, because there's so many variations, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But that's okay. My mom always told me, okay, you'll know what, when you grow up, you're gonna have to meet a lot of guys before you get to that one, the special one that you're gonna stay with. And I was like, oh man, no, I don't know about that. I don't want to go through all that. And it's hard, honestly, for me. Going through heartbreak is so complicated, and I don't like it. It takes me forever to get over it. I remember when I was younger, it took me like 2-3 months to get over a person. And it feels like such a long time. And I don't want to go through all that stuff again. And ask yourself, do you want to go through that? Do you want to go through one heartbreak after the other? Or do you want to really find that person that you care about? the Plenty of Fish, and you have Facebook now that's doing a dating thing, and you have so many apps you could go and fill out a profile and see what kind of things or qualities you look in a guy, and a guy could look at qualities and what they look in any people, and you could fill that out, and maybe you'll find someone that you have something in common. But I feel like that's why you have to talk on the phone first, because they could be lying in their bio. People lie all the time. Like, what they put things so they can get different types of people. And I think it's good, I mean, to find someone online. You could, I bet a lot of relationships, a lot of people have found other people online, but I feel like you have to be, have a little more discernment about who you're talking to, and are they really honest, and are they really putting the things that they mean on their bio. Pay attention to how you feel with that person. Do you feel happy? Do you feel guarded? How did that person make you feel? Or do you just want to feel like, I just could be with this person for a little bit and then I just want to go home, or I just want to see that person for the weekend and then I'm good. And then I don't want to see them until next weekend. How do you feel? Do you feel that you have to be someone else, or do you feel a little bit unsettled, uneasy? I don't know. Does that person annoy you in some ways? And if you're annoyed and you feel like you can't handle that type of person, who knows, maybe you just need time apart. But you'll know if you find the right person, because you'll never get bored. You just feel comfortable, and you just have this feeling of comfort, or you feel at home. And if you're not with the person and you're just going out and they're not there, you don't feel insecure. You just still think about them and be like, oh, I should buy them something because I'm outside, or oh man, maybe they would like this kind of stuff. But that person's always in your head, but in a positive way. You never think of them in a negative way, like, oh man, this person made me angry today. Just remember to always ask yourself, why do you want a partner? And then pay attention to how you feel right now. And then if you feel good, then just go for it. Go out there and meet someone. And you probably will meet someone if you're feeling good and you feel worthy and you feel that you're going to have a good time. You'll probably meet someone that has the same feeling like you, and you'll probably have a good time. And just remember to not let people treat you bad or wrong, because no one deserves it. And it will be your choice if you want to be treated that way. You have a choice to stay in a relationship, and you have a choice to leave. And it's no one else's choice. People could be like, oh, just give them another chance, just stay. Or people could be like, oh no, just go, leave that person. But they don't really know your story. You're the only one that can decide what you're going to do and what action you're going to take. Also, don't listen to anybody else's opinions about what they think about a certain person. Like, if you tell them, is this person cute? Is this person ugly? Do you think this person's a match for me? And they're like, yes, no. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go out with them. Just remember that the most important thing is to listen to your heart, as cheesy as that is.